A meeting to order. Can I have an acceptance of the agenda?
So moved.
Second?
Second by Mr. Harris. All those in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Next, we're going to move to a reorganization of the Board of Selectmen. Could I have a nomination?
I'll nominate.
Chair?
I'll nominate Maura Curran. This time I said your name right.
You did, thank you.
Second.
Took you
Second.
three, took you 3 years.
As chair, I was going to say clerk, but as chair.
Took you 3 years, John.
Second by Mr. Vignani. All those in favor?
Aye. Congratulations or condolences, one of the two.
Thank you.
Well, why don't we finish them all and then we'll move. So now I need a nomination for the vice chair.
I'll nominate Tony Vignani as the vice chair.
Second?
Second by Mr. Harris. All those in favor?
Aye.
Nomination for the clerk.
I'll nominate John Dennehy.
Nice, thank you. Second?
Second by Mr. Harris. All those in favor?
Discussion. You're lucky, because you know what, I was actually going to nominate you right out of the gate.
I know.
Said, I know,
You
it was
beat me to
good. I
it.
said, no, I'll do it for more. But,
Nobody wants that job.
Okay, well, let's shift some seats around here.
actually, you got to vote it, I think.
Oh, we vote the clerk?
Clerk.
Oh, you gonna vote against it? Okay.
No, I just said discussion, that's why. I
Okay,
said we have to-
discussion. Who seconded that? Did you get that, Lorraine?
Tony.
Second by Mr. Harris on the clerk.
Okay.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. There you go.
Unanimous, I guess. Okay. Yeah.
John, did
get
you
up,
have
Marty.
something before you? Yeah.
Marty?
Yeah. Marty, we have a little gift for you.
Weren't you good to do that?
Thank you for, not taking. Thank you for your service as chair. You did a great job.
Thank you.
I know we're all sorry to see you go, but you served the town well for the years that you did it, and it went by pretty quick. And again, I want to thank you personally for doing everything you did.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I too would like to thank you, Marty. I know it can be a very difficult job. It's entirely different when you move from one of these side seats to the center seat. It's taken on another full-time job. And I want to thank you and thank your wife for all the sacrifices she's made. It's not just Tuesday nights, as everyone in this room knows.
Right.
A lot more than that. And wish you the best of luck.
Thank you.
Hopefully, we see you around town, just go to the left coast full-time.
Back and forth.
All right, good, good.
Yeah, Marty, congratulations. You did a great job. I know you served your constituents really well. What was it, 4 years, 5 years?
4 years, yeah.
No, 5, right?
No, 4.
4, all right. So, sorry it's not longer, but good luck.
Thank you.
It's great working with you.
Thank you.
And Marty, hate to see you go, to be candid with you. You know, I was talking before we got started here, 4 years ago, it's gone really quick. We were talking about how a neighbor of ours came in and said, let's get a picture, since Marty was coming onto the board, and we took it. And,
Building Valley, yeah.
and I just can't believe it's gone so quickly. And done a great job for the town, and, for chair, it's never easy. And I echo exactly what everyone else is saying, but, on a personal note, we're going to miss you. So I just want to say thank you and Mary, your time, and frankly, your dedication to the town and the residents. Thank you for it, too. As you can tell from the parade and Memorial Day, as well as just going around town. People appreciate, stepping up and getting involved and helping your community. Thank you, and thank you for being a part of the team here to get things done.
Thank you. Get closer to the door. Are we good? Oh, yeah. Okay.
I have to adjust my seat for the next
I've been in a few of the seats, but not this one.
Offensive end. Call you Gronk.
Well, thank you. I'm very excited to serve as the chair for the Scituate Board of Selectmen. I look forward to serving the town honorably and to getting some good things done in the next year. So I appreciate the support and look forward to it. Actually, my first order of business is a little bit unique, I think, is to move into an executive session this evening, which is on the agenda. So we're going to do that first. So we're going to move into executive session now to consider the purchase, exchange, lease, or value of real property, and we will reconvene in open session. But I declare that an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the negotiating position of the body as it relates to the Ellis estate. So if I could have a motion to move into executive session?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call vote. Selectman Curran?
Yes.
Selectman Vignani?
Yes.
Selectman Danahy?
Yes.
Selectman Harris?
Yes.
Selectman Oakley?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll move into executive session. Everyone needs to leave the room.
Just a quick statement, we are just coming out of executive session. A letter was released from the Assistant Attorney General to the public before being released to the Board of Selectmen with regards to some negotiations that are going on with regards to the Ellis Estate. So we discussed that in executive session. We have a few more terms to work out with the AAG, and we look forward to resolving that pretty quickly. So with that, are there any walk-ins?
Patricia Lambert, 14 Alexander Place, and you have answered most of what I was going to ask, which is what is your response to this letter? And how much work negotiations do you have to go through, I guess is what we'd like to know. We went to the school committee last night. They tell us that they are unaware that there were any negotiations going on, that they were not aware, that they had to take a vote, that non-binding vote sat in their court. They're a little concerned about that. We did not spend a lot of time discussing what it is that we would encourage them to get in touch with the Board of Selectmen. So can you give us an end date as to when we think that this conservation issue will be resolved? And keep in mind that Andrew and I, our query is not to the public safety complex. We determined we left that off of our plate. We are more concerned, but what I am most concerned with after I've read this letter, the board voted to transfer 6 acres of land, and the state attorney general tells us that you took 7.1 acres of land. So another little issue that we would probably as a public would like to know why it was never brought back to the town to ask us for that additional property, since it is public property.
Sure. So we actually just asked that same question. So there are a lot of technicalities in that letter that are different than what we've been shown in the past as well. As our attorney just expressed to us, that 7.1 comes from a GIS map that they utilize to look at different acreage of conservation land that's in the town. So that's the difference there. With regards to the spirit of the letter, there are just some technicalities that we don't agree with. However, with regards to putting acreage back, a CR back on the Ellison land, as well as finding acreage to, as is stated, to replace that you feel was removed incorrectly, we've agreed in order not to prolong litigation and save the taxpayers money to do that. So we just have some technicalities with regards to that. I can't give you timing. We have to go back to the Assistant Attorney General. And I think, just since you did ask about timing, I just want to clarify one thing that was out there that is just, blatantly false, is that this board delayed any type of response. Our attorney went back to the AAG on April 10th, and on April 25th, again, had communication looking for a letter back from the AAG. The next communication was the letter that you got and you posted on Facebook. You got it before us. So nothing was delayed, and there was nothing covertly done. So we hope to resolve this as quickly as possible. Okay.
The only thing that I would add is that, that we agree, well, we don't agree with the Attorney General's or Assistant Attorney General's assessment of whether the land could be built on or not. We've had three legal opinions that have said that it can be, and that's what we based our decision on. But we did agree, as Maura mentioned, not to spend tens, maybe even $100,000 to litigate who was right or wrong in this. So we kind of agreed to disagree, but this board has supported conservation land for the last 10 years that I've been doing it. We put hundreds of thousands of acres in it, and for us to put 6 more acres into conservation was a no-brainer for us. For us to put a CR on the backside of the property that was conservation land, we had no problem with doing that at all. So it seemed like the best thing for the taxpayers to try and alleviate this problem by doing that. So, but by no means do we agree with them that there was anything wrongly done with putting the public safety building on that land.
And as I said, that is not our issue at all. We have never questioned that at all.
Plus, the only other thing I want to add to that is this. You were at the special town meeting back in what, November, October?
October.
So the school committee was at that same meeting. The school committee represented what they wanted to do with the property. So I'm kind of amazed that the school committee has no idea that they're actually in control of it, because it was It's in their possession, so I mean, I'm not sure what exactly, who you're talking about, and I can't believe it, because I know Mike Hayes was there, and I know Mike knows the case very well, so I just want to make sure that you understand that, you know, the vote on the, that was taken, the school committee's well aware of it, and they should know that, you know, it's up to them now, it's not in the control of the Board of Selectmen, so we don't have any control over that.
The request, our conversation last night had to do with they were not involved in the decision, including Mr. Toomey. That's what they were referring to us, and had nothing to do with the signing.
It's not a part of their authority. It's not their authority, it's the Board of Selectmen's authority. That's the reason why that they're not involved. Otherwise, if it was their authority, it would be just a school issue, would be on their side. It's not. This is a town issue.
And they don't know about it because there was no signing of a letter. So that hasn't happened yet. So that's why that they're not aware of that.
Yeah, that's,
Mr. O'Toole, did
yeah,
you-
that's what I just want to add that. So the way that the letter was presented from the Attorney General's office, it was supposed to have been a draft that came to the Board of Selectmen to be reviewed for sort of punctuation and things like that. There's a lot of inconsistencies in the letter, and we basically heard about it on a Facebook post. That's how we got it. And that's really not the way the Attorney General should be operating, so, and that's all I really.
Excuse me.
You have to identify yourself, please.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
And you got, maybe if you could stand or come down, please, because nobody can see on
People
TV.
can't hear you.
Andrea Hunt, 66 Minnewater Road. The Attorney General got in touch with us. We did not call the Attorney General, and the letter was sent to us, and we were told that it was a public letter. We specifically asked whether or not that letter could be shared, and they told us absolutely. And the copy of the letter that we had Mr. Toomey's signature on it. So that's what...
Not a signature, it's a signature of the AG's office. It's from the AG's office. It is not from town council. I just want to make sure it's clear here, because Mr. Toomey's sitting here, and he did not sign it. He didn't have any opportunity to review it. It was sent, and as Mr. O'Toole said, it was in the process of negotiations and discussions. They actually blindsided the town, and they just sent it.
Could
So I just want to make sure that's straight in the record.
Yeah.
Could I just address that?
Sure.
Because
Sure, please.
It was agreed that the Attorney General was going to send a letter. This is after months of negotiations. That letter was going to come to me, for me to review it with the board, to make sure that the things that the board was going to undertake were clear, and we understood clearly what those were going to be. The Attorney General apologized to me the next morning because she did not follow the procedure that we had agreed upon, which was we would have that opportunity to review before it was finalized. And frankly, it was unprofessional of her to do it. She blindsided the Board of Selectmen, she blindsided me. And that's not the way I've operated in 40 years of being a professional, and I don't think it was very professional, and there's no secret about that.
Well,
That letter should not have been released to anyone other than me as a draft.
I was under the information that it was a public letter that had been released to
I
you.
understand that.
But as Patty's point was, our issue for our petition that we took to town meeting last October had nothing to do with the public safety complex. It had to do with the 14 acres that are still under the care and control of the school committee. When the school committee came to the town meeting in October, they had not taken a vote. They did not support it at the town meeting because they felt that it was premature until the negotiations were finished. But they never took a vote on that. And after the petition was passed, my question last night to the school committee was, since it had passed and the town had requested that that land be returned, why we are still discussing this 7 months later and there has been no movement on releasing that land so that it can be part of the conservation Ellis property.
So Andrea, that's up to the school committee. So it's under their purview, like you just said. So we certainly can, I'll reach out to them and see if they need any clarity, but that's their purview.
So they can make that vote.
No, well, that's it was a non-binding issue at town meeting. You know, that's not binding that it go into conservation. Not to say that it shouldn't, or it won't, or that anyone agree, but that's not a reason for them to do it.
Right, and that was the position of the town administrator and the board, that that position was in question by some attorneys, and it was in question by the Attorney General as to whether or not it was actually non-binding. That's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is that we would like to see that 14 acres move forward, so that if, in fact, this negotiation is finished, and we have to go forth with getting an Article 97, that it would be taken care of with all of the Ellis property, rather than dividing it in two parcels and having to go through that procedure twice, because that procedure in itself costs time and money. So it would be nice to be able to have the whole package to go forth with the Article 97, rather than do 77 acres and then 14 acres.
Understood. That's up to them, though.
The only
Okay.
thing I'd comment on is, you mentioned that has nothing to do with this, but Ms. Lambert agreed or confessed at a meeting earlier that she's the one that called the Attorney General and started this whole thing.
No, I
No,
never
oh, she
did.
never said that.
That's not me.
I believe it was you sitting back in that right-hand corner.
You did
Okay.
mention it in one of the meetings, but I realized from social media there's somebody else who's acknowledged it, but you did at one of the meetings. So I think, that's neither here nor there. We realize you weren't the one, but somebody was. That's the bottom line. That's the bottom line.
Okay. Any other walk-ins? Yes.
Yeah, Steve Bjork, on the same issue, 38 Lads Way. I'm just curious, Tony, you had said that there were 3 different attorneys' opinions that the town had the right to build on this. And I just want to ask the selectmen a question of, that would mean that there's 3 errors and omissions policies that these attorneys have, that I assume the selectmen will probably go after, so that to resolve this, it doesn't cost the taxpayers any money at all. And I'm just wondering if that's something that you're looking into. And I have the utmost respect for Jim. He's a great guy, but obviously something happened here that shouldn't have happened. And I'm just wondering if that's...
So I don't think you can say
Absolutely
obviously,
nothing.
well, one sec, Jim,
Absolutely
one sec.
nothing
I don't think you
happened
can
here.
say obviously. I think there's a difference in a debate of legal opinion, and then I can let Jim answer that from a legal standpoint. It's a debate that happens in the court of law. We're not going to go after our previous lawyers for their opinions, because they were all rendered and supported by documentation and case law. So, Jim, if you want to respond to that.
For anyone to leave this room with any impression, it's a disagreement with the Attorney General's office. But 3 independent municipal lawyers who've spent their careers doing municipal law have looked at this and said that the laws that were passed that required legislative approval were passed after the action was taken by the town. They do not apply to these parcels, and it's clear. I mean, there's no issue here of that, except that the Attorney General feels because nothing was built on the land, that did somehow nullify the vote. The vote was taken. There's no doubt about that. And nothing went wrong.
And that slanderous stuff is just, there's no place for it, Steve. You're,
Then why is the AG talking about this? Why did the decision come down? Why did you go to an executive session?
I just told you why. I just told you why. To talk about the response, because we don't agree with the letter.
And because we can't discuss it because in open session, because we're trying to figure, it's under negotiation, Steve, you know that. We've had cases against you, and you've had it against the town. We can't discuss things in open session, because then your attorneys would know exactly what's going on. So that's exactly what's happening here. And, to make the insinuation that there's something untoward or something wrong, it's a legal issue, just like the legal issues you take up on zoning, on appeals. It's the same thing here. In the case like this, frankly, we go straight to the top. We'd go to the SJC. Because it's a difference of opinion, and there's no case law on this. We have people saying one thing, other people saying the other. It's an interesting legal issue, and I think it would be fascinating. And I frankly, if the board decided to take it up on appeal, I'd commend them for doing it. Because I think it certainly renders an issue that is going to have to be decided one way or the other. It's dealing with how you prescribe, how you look at property prior to Article 97 coming into existence.
How much would that cost, John?
Probably between the state instituting litigation for a trial in Superior Court or Land Court. Steve, you know the cost there. You're going to be looking at anywhere between $30,000 and $40,000, maybe $60,000. Taking it up to the appeals court, it's another $20,000 or $30,000. And if it goes even beyond that up to the SJC, or if the SJC takes it, you're well over 6 figures. So, from my standpoint, I actually don't appreciate people, whether it's social media or anybody around, trying to think that this board is doing something wrong or attempted to do something wrong, because, it's a reputation. This board has done nothing but work very hard for the benefit of this town, for the community, and, I'm actually on the position where I'd say, let's take it up. We'll find out. because nothing's been done wrong by anybody. And you know what? The prior town councils, both Attorney Ryan, Attorney Barbara St. Andre, Jim's firm, Jim, you know, they're people who rely on the law, they look at the law, they look at the cases. There are no cases on point to this. So it's going to be a case of new impression. So, you know, to suggest that, you know, we look at the errors and omissions, it's not right, so.
Yes.
Keith Waller, 200 Country Way. I guess my only question to the board is, you can disagree and say that it's wrong and that you're not going to fight it or whatever, but the town voted to take the land back, so shouldn't that have a lot to say with what's going to happen here? Why would you be fighting against something that the town voted for us to do? In town meeting, they wanted it back, and you guys are saying, well, we may fight it. Whether it's right or wrong, or the Attorney General's right or
We're not
you're
saying
right.
that, Keith.
Not saying
No.
that at all.
Not that. I'm
Yeah,
not going to fight that, but.
we're not arguing
Had no
about that
problem with
14
that at all.
acres. It's a different issue.
So you're behind us getting the land back and putting it in conservation?
You have to work through the school committee on that.
Correct.
Right. Okay, any other walk-ins or issues to cover? All right, thank you. There being none, we'll work through the next agenda item, which is a report from our town administrator, who is, actually, Tricia's on vacation, so it's Mr. Al Bangert this evening. Acting. Thank
Play
you
acting.
for that clarification.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I'd like to give you a couple updates on public buildings first, and talk two other brief topics. First is the library. We have a COA, temporary COA on the library. There are no safety issues or restrictions involved, just a punch list to get taken care of. The library will be open this coming Monday at 9 a.m. So that's going to be a nice opportunity for the citizens to have their library back. They moved out of the Scituate Harbor Community Building. The building has been mostly cleared out, and now it's being used by the Rec Department and the Council on Aging. It's back to its old purpose. The library, and Jesse Finney in particular, did an excellent job of relocating from the main facility to the temporary facility in the harbor, and then from the temporary facility back to the library. Kevin Kelly, the facilities director, said he was just astounded at how well that move went, considering all the moving pieces that had to take place to move the library.
It's great. It's nice to drive by and see books through the windows.
Yeah.
Just on that point, I know when Tricia gets back, I'm going to have a walkthrough with her and Kevin Kelly. I don't know if any one other selectmen want to come and take a look at it, just to take a look at the building as a whole and potential uses going forward.
Which bill?
Pier 44.
The
yeah.
harbor building.
Correct.
Yeah, yes. The public safety building is opening, as opened, as you know, because you were there cutting the ribbon. We're working on some finishing touches. The planting and landscaping is happening now. We have a new custodian that we've hired for the town, Nick Rubiero, who's just enthusiastic and doing a great job, and will help protect the value of our investment in terms of keeping the place in great working condition and tidy. The middle school project is on schedule.
Actually, Al, can you do another thing since you're here?
Yeah?
Can you make sure Tricia and Mike Stewart, what they're going to do with the remembrance of the plaque, or actually it's a...
The Norton plaque?
The stone. It's the stone of the officer who was shot in the 1930s.
Yes.
And that
It's been moved.
Getting that
has been moved.
relocated?
I just want to make sure it gets relocated. There should be
Will do.
something.
Follow up on that. And go to the old police station and talk about that for just a second. Then the hazmat assessment's been done, and we're working through now the logistics of moving the communication infrastructure that's inside the building into the base of the tower so that the building can then be taken down. And that's moving along at a fairly slow pace, but we're going to make that happen. And the middle school project continues to be on schedule. They're going to do some finished paving coming up in June, the late part of June, going into July, as soon as school closes. The pavement will impact the vehicle traffic around here because of trying to take down the barriers and put up, do the paving and all that, but
Are they doing the
won't
back
restrict
part here,
access.
Al? Are they doing the back road back here? Do you
I
know?
don't think they're going to do that. Mike Breen will have to take care of that.
Okay.
And then the furniture will be arriving in August rather, so it looks like they're ready to open up September 1st for school. So those are moving along well. I thought I'd bring you up briefly on the senior center site feasibility study that you commissioned and the Public Building Committee commissioned. As you remember, there were 4 sites that we told them to look at behind the library, the Purple Dinosaur Park, Gates School, and the property on Kent and New Kent that is under control of the Housing Authority. They've come back, they've looked at those sites, done test drills, soil analysis, analysis of utility, accessibility. They've developed 2 options for placement of the building on those 4 sites, so we're going to have 8 options to look at. They're preparing their final report now, and they will be at your meeting on July the 11th to make a presentation showing you the options and the cost associated with any of the option choices. So I've had an early peek at it, and it looks like a very thorough study, so I think you'll be pleased with what you see in terms of the opportunity to make a decision.
That's July 11th, that we're doing it?
July 11th, yes.
I'm only asking because I'm going to assume that there are going to probably be a lot of people that want to see that presentation. And is it possible for us to move our hearing to the EOC, given the size?
We'll be ready to do that if you'd like to do that.
Oh, it does, jeez. Library?
Oh, the library's larger.
Can they do it?
Well, you want to film it, though.
What about the auditorium? I don't know. I just throw it out there, the Performing Arts Center, something to consider.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
We were thinking about putting it at the Public Safety Building. If you think that's not large enough, we'll have to look for an alternative site, maybe the library
I
site.
think John brings up a good point. Yeah.
Okay, got it. The Hunter's Pond or Mordecai Lincoln Dam is soon to come down. The project will start on June the 19th, and it'll start with the closure of the road, basically from the bridge to the barn. And the road will be closed so that they can park the construction vehicles there. It'll be closed to both pedestrians and vehicles. There's a traffic management plan to make sure that all the residents know about it. At the bottom of the hill by Jamie's, there'll be a sign posted saying no through traffic. The police and fire folks have looked at it and make sure that they have all the accessibility they need for the properties and for the work site. On Country Way, there'll be a sign saying closed to through traffic, so people won't travel down there and have to turn around in the parking lot at that condo association. And there'll be flashing signboards in North Scituate about a week in advance alerting people that Mordecai Lincoln Road will be closed. You wonder, why is that such a big deal? Because it's sort of a back street, but a lot of people leave the MBTA parking lot and scoot around Mordecai Lincoln to avoid going through the light. So the residents are quite thrilled that the road is being closed for the summer.
Good.
The project will be completed before school opens.
Okay.
And that would be the items that I prepared to talk about.
Perfect, thank you. Anybody have questions for Al? Okay, there being none, we will go on to the first item scheduled, which is a vote of the Knights of Columbus Carnival. Bill, come up, please, for your annual request.
My annual request.
Mark Brady?
Hi, Mark.
Hi, Mark Brady.
I know, thank you, nice to meet you.
Mark is the heir.
Just for the record, for Lorraine, state who you are again.
Bill Limbacher.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Gannett Road, Scituate, Knights of Columbus.
Thank you.
Mark Brady, 54 Kenneth Road, Scituate, Knights of Columbus.
Thanks.
As indicated in our application, we're looking to hold our annual carnival from the 11th through the 15th of July. Setup would take place as it does on Monday, inspection on Tuesday, we'd be open up Tuesday night. Everything's the same as it has been for the last roughly 45 years that I've been involved in it. We found a formula that works, and we've continued to use it. This year, we've got a difference that we need to address, and that's the traffic flow on Cole Parkway. We've had discussions with the police chief, as well as memos that came in from Lorraine in terms of what the DPW is looking for.
Okay.
What I'm going to suggest is that we meet on site so we can come back up and make sure that we're all clear as to what it's going to be and how we can handle it. And if a detail is needed, then we'll provide the detail. But on the surface, it looks like what we'll do is we revert back to what the previous directions
Were,
were.
probably.
Yeah,
Okay.
Everyone know what that is?
the previous direction.
Previous direction?
Of the road.
It'll be a two-way again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of the road in the back. All right, just
Have
want to make sure.
eliminate those parking spots temporarily, imagine.
Yeah,
So is it,
we mentioned it to Tricia earlier, just reminder, and that's a great idea if you can meet out there and then,
I think if we physically meet on site,
Is it the same vendor, the same ride, different?
And actually, it isn't. Last year, we had Cushing Amusements. This year, we've got Fiesta shows. What we do is we try to make arrangements every couple of years to change it so the rides are different for the kids.
Smart.
Well, I think so.
Keep it fresh.
But it works out good. And Fiesta is a known operator. Well, we've worked with them for years,
And fireworks on?
Friday night and Saturday night.
On motion?
Great.
I'll move to approve a special event permit to William and Limbacher for the Knights of Columbus Carnival from July 11th through July 15th, 2017, with a setup on July 10th, and takedown on July 15th in Cole Parkway.
Have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Vignani. Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a quick comment. The
Thanks.
Knights does so much for this community. They give so many scholarships, donations to people that you don't know about. And, you know, part of the funding comes from this carnival that generates the money that you're able to do this with. So truly a great organization that gives back to the community. So, other than the fact that it's a great, all the kids love the event also, but it really does help the community as well. So thanks, guys.
Thank you for the kind words.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Next on the agenda is the outdoor entertainment permits. We have several of them this evening. I know that several folks are here. I see Peter's here. Okay. You want to come up, Peter? Sure. Be quick if you like.
Peter Kelly Detweiler, 114 Tilden Road. I'm on the board of the North and South Rivers Watershed Association. We just finished 3-day paddle yesterday, 72 miles from the Driftway to the Taunton River down in Dighton Rock. I've got the poison ivy to prove it.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's a fundraiser. We try and raise $10,000 a year. Part of my ask, when I ask people for the money, is a party. And so every second year, we typically have a party at our house in the field, and folks drive in and park in the field, and we have had no difficulties in the past. This will be, I believe, the fourth one. We have a band that plays on our porch. I've notified all the abutters. I've invited all the abutters and other neighbors as well.
Okay.
We expect to have somewhere around 100 to 150 people. Board members, friends of board members, a lot of members who've been with the association for a long time. And typically, it brings in another $4,000 or $5,000. So that's the goal in the event. We have a tent, and Audubon set it up, and have a bit of food, and that's what we do.
Okay. Anybody have any questions or concerns?
So the music will play until what time? Till 11?
Uh-huh, that's correct.
And that's, what night in the week is that?
That's Saturday night. And you're all welcome to attend.
I'd like to do on my bucket list, to do that trek up the North River. I think that would be a really fun thing to do.
I'll show you a video, and you might want to reconsider that, but it is a fantastic trip. It's just
That'd be
over and
fun.
under about 40 trees and through some poison ivy bogs, and you have to be a little bit, but it's fun.
Okay, great.
Motion? You want to do them separately or all at once?
What do we, I think, we'll see who's here. Why don't we just get Peter?
I'll move to grant an outdoor entertainment permit for a live band to Peter Kelly Ditweiler, located at 114 Tilden Road, on June 10th, 2017, from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m.
Second?
Second by Mr. O'Toole. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Peter.
Thanks.
Good luck.
Thank
Is Patricia Davis here? Hi. So Patricia, you're asking for an outdoor entertainment permit for a DJ on July 1st from 6 to 10 p.m.?
Yes,
Okay.
my brother's wedding.
Oh, excellent. All right. Notified folks around you?
They all know and all called and are happy about it.
Okay. All right. I think we have everything else. Does anybody have any questions for Patricia?
Music till 11?
Yes,
And that's, the first is what, is that a Saturday
it's a
also?
Saturday.
I'm fine
Motion?
with it. Motion?
Go ahead. Move to grant an outdoor entertainment permit for a DJ to Patricia Davis, located at 18 Webster Street, Hummerock, on July 1st, 2017, from 6 p.m. until 11 p.m.
Second.
Second by Mr. Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank
Good
you.
luck.
Enjoy.
Fun.
Is Bill McCausland in here? Hi, Bill. Come on up. Move you guys right through all this. Just if you could state your name and address.
Bill McCausland, I'm in 6 Hillside Lane in Duxbury. And this is Corinne Mahoney. She's My fiance, her parents actually live at 68 Glades Road,
Okay,
so we're applying for the entertainment permit for our wedding on August 19th.
nice, congratulations.
Thought you were gonna move there.
I would like to.
You'd like to,
It's
right?
beautiful.
Okay, so this is a permit for a DJ from 4:30 to 11 PM.
Correct.
Butters notified?
Yes.
Everything in order here? Does anybody have any other questions for the happy couple?
The other thing was, I didn't notice it was on the list, and I had just thought about it, was possibly using that secondary, there's like a parking lot right near the, what is it, like a little park right there that, we had a party, there was a party that we had before at her parents' house, and we were able to get permission to use that parking lot. So I don't know if that was something that had to be brought up.
Who owns
I
it?
think you're talking about the one, the beach parking lot down on the
Bailey's
corner of
Causeway?
Yeah, it's
Charles Way.
usually chained
The
off.
one beyond it.
Oh, the one behind it?
Oh, I know which one you mean, that back one?
It's on Bailey's Causeway.
Basically,
Right.
Causeway.
It's second, it's a-
I can help you with that separately.
Okay. Yeah, it's
Okay.
Bailey's Causeway,
and that time of night,
Bailey's Causeway.
At 4:30 though?
Okay,
The only thing I'd caution you is, talk to Lorraine, but just because it's a Saturday, I assume,
It is a
August.
Saturday.
Sometimes that's the overflow parking, but it's at 4:30, and chances are people are coming off the beach.
Correct,
So
and that's
just
why we kind of planned to.
Talk to Lorraine
do
if-
that.
and just to see.
maybe
That's
after a
all.
certain
Yeah, the tide,
time.
it's going to be low tide at 4 PM that Saturday.
It's actually a good time. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
A motion?
Okay, motion?
Move to grant an outdoor entertainment permit for a DJ to Bill McCausland, located at 68 Glades Road on August 19th, 2017, from 4:30 PM to 11 PM for a wedding.
Second?
second.
Second by Mr. O'Toole. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Alrighty, congratulations. Thank you.
We didn't get invited to that one.
Is Diane Wells in the audience?
Yes, she is.
Hi, Diane.
Hi,
Just for the record,
Shame we went to it.
Just name
if
and
you could
address.
just state your name and address for the record.
Diane Wells, 117 Gilson Road.
Thank you. And so you're here to request an outdoor entertainment permit for a DJ as well?
Actually, it's not a DJ.
Oh, okay, what is it?
It's four-piece band.
Oh, okay. Does that change this, Lorraine, and anything that she needed to provide?
No.
Okay, all right, from 4 to 8 PM
Yes,
on August 5th?
yes,
Okay, terrific. And your abutters know that there's going to be a four-piece band?
yes.
Okay, great.
This
Yeah, and they're
is-
pretty excited about it, so.
You're in a butter?
No, I'm working right there, though.
Okay. They'll be listening.
They offered the parking. So it's a lobster fest for our sailing club.
Oh,
Very nice,
excellent.
yeah. And it's till 8 PM, so. it's-
We love summer in Scituate. It's great.
Motion?
Sure.
Move to grant an outdoor entertainment permit for DJ, let's strike that, for a four-piece band to Diane Wells, located at 117 Gilson Road on 8/5/17, from 4 PM to 8 PM.
Second?
Second by Mr. Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have
Thank you.
fun. That sounds like another good one that we weren't invited to.
Yeah?
All righty. Is Ashley Jones in the audience? Yeah.
You guys
Are you taking the
Keep your
hint?
fingers crossed.
Yeah, I'm feeling the pressure. My name's Ashley Jones. I actually live at 3 School Street in Charlestown, Mass. But I'm asking for the permit at my aunt's house at 24 Buttonwood Lane for a wedding. I'm getting married on September 2nd.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And we're having a band.
And how large of a band is it?
I believe it's a 6-piece band.
Six-piece band.
Yes.
Okay. From 5 to 11. Time seems okay. And have you contacted all the abutters?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And they've responded positively to you?
I've heard from one that they said that it was a nice letter, but I have not heard, like, a response, other than that.
Okay. But you've notified them?
I've notified them, yeah.
Okay, terrific.
Second, that's Saturday, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Should be fine.
Anybody
Motion?
have any questions?
No.
Okay. A motion?
Yep. Move to grant an outdoor entertainment permit for a live band to Ashley Jones, located at 24 Buttonwood Lane on 9/2/17, from 5 PM to 11 PM.
Second.
Second by Mr. Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Thanks.
Have a great night.
School
Thanks
Street,
very much.
Essex School Street?
Yeah.
I'm from High Street originally, so.
Oh, cool.
43 on the corner cross.
Oh, yeah, very close to there.
Yeah. Take care. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
And last but not least, Bill Spedden.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
Come on up, thanks.
My wife, Joyce.
Hi, Joyce. Just for the record, if you could just state your name and address.
Bill Spedden, 138 Old Oaken Bucket.
And our name has two Ds,
If that
in case it
matters.
matters.
Oh, we have it on our copy,
Okay.
so don't
Oh, okay.
worry,
Cool.
yeah. It's correct on the motion here.
Okay.
No worries. Alrighty, so you're looking for an entertainment permit, is it for a DJ?
Yes.
Got that right. On June 17th, so that's coming right up from 5 to 9 p.m.
Coming right up.
Very quick.
Okay.
Our son's
Our
getting married.
son.
Oh,
Oh,
congrats.
congratulations.
Thank you.
We thought we
And you
would-
guys can all come.
Yeah.
No problem. Right up the street.
You're
No
a
problem.
Steady.
I learned.
17th.
That's right. Everybody's welcome. 9, can we change that to midnight? Yep.
All right, just from 9 to 5, not 5 to 9 p.m.,
Yep.
sorry.
Yes.
Okay, terrific,
Motion?
sure.
Move to grant an outdoor entertainment permit for a DJ to William Spedden, located at 138 Old Oaken Bucket Road on 6/17/17, from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. for a wedding.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Harris, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations, have a great
Thanks a
night.
lot.
Thanks
Y'all
for
have a nice
waiting.
evening. Thank you.
Thanks so much for waiting.
Have a good night.
Good night. Thank you.
All right, next on the agenda is a discussion and vote for a new common vicular license. Crescetti 2, Michael Feroli.
Hi.
Hi,
Do
how
I
are you?
sit
Come
up
on
here
forward,
also?
yes.
Yep.
Yes.
My name's Michael Feroli. I live on 112 Winter Street in East Bridgewater, actually.
Okay.
Was hoping to do the same thing that was done, I guess, at the Scituate Lobster Pound. The business is called Crescetti's. They're out of East Bridgewater, but they wanted to do the same thing that they do in East Bridgewater at the Scituate Lobster Pound.
Which is?
Seafood and full butcher shop, delicatessen, make sandwiches, stuff like that.
Okay, so you want to open a deli at the Scituate Lobster?
Yes, sir. Like, the one side will be the meat and seafood, and the other little part would be a sandwich store.
Within the, okay. Thank you for clarifying that. I was wondering.
Yeah,
where-
sorry, I'm,
No, it's fine, it's good. And how long have you been doing this in Bridgewater?
I think I worked at Crescetti's a long time ago, back in like '94, and then I opened a deli for a couple years in Duxbury and lost my lease, but then I moved to Cohasset, and I was there for about 12 years, and sold that place, and then I moved back. But I got hired by the guys that I used to work for. I moved to Eugene, Oregon. I was there for 4 years. And then I moved back here and just kind of put the word out. I was looking to just for some part-time work, and these guys grabbed me up and said that they had the opportunity. Apparently they know Craig Keefe, who owns the Lobster Pound, and they had the opportunity to open up there to do their operation there. And so they hired me to go in and clean it up and get it all ready to open another store. And so I've done it and cleaned it up and passed it through the Board of Health and all that, and now it's just a matter of,
Okay, great. So you're the manager.
Yes.
It's owned by Carlo Crescetti. Okay.
yes,
And the name of the business is Crescetti 2, which will be a little sub-deli within the Lobster Pound.
correct.
Got it. Okay, just want to make sure everybody was clear. You'll have to go through the Board of Health approval, obviously.
Yep.
Make sure we get all that. Does anybody have any questions?
No, I know the building.
Everything's seen. John?
Looking forward to it. I'm around the corner, so
Great.
I'll be there a lot. Want a motion?
Great idea. Sure,
Thank
have a
you.
motion?
All right, I'll move the Board of Selectmen approve a new common viculars license for Crescetti 2, located at 259 Stockbridge Road, Massachusetts, Greenbush, pending Board of Health approval.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Vignani. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Got a good location.
Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving next to PJ's Country House, a public hearing, a discussion, and vote for transfer of a liquor license. Kara Tondorf?
How are you
Hi,
guys?
good evening, how are you?
Good.
Thank you for waiting.
How are you?
Jeff, how you doing?
So this is first for a public hearing and a discussion and vote on the transfer of your liquor license. So do you want to give us a little update on your exciting news?
Yeah, I think they're moving on and doing what, the natural progression is, and hopefully enjoying retirement, and we're going to take over for them, hopefully.
Can I ask a question before they start? How long is how many, you and the Wilders, it's been,
1935,
How many years?
since 1935.
Wow, wow. Well, congratulations.
You've done a great job there,
Yeah.
really.
that is something.
They've done an amazing job.
That was going to be one of my questions to you. They've been serving a particular, constituency and demographic that's been going there for years, so I hope you can preserve some of that.
Absolutely.
That's the goal.
'Cause
Absolutely.
it's always crowded
Yeah.
in your parking lot on weekends, and it'd be nice to make sure that keeps going. Oh, well,
Sorry.
congratulations on your retirement.
Well, thank you. We're very happy to pass on from one family to another.
It's nice.
And we're excited that you're keeping our employees.
Yes.
Oh, that's
That
great.
was
Yeah.
important
Yep.
in the
Very nice.
decision, so.
We met with them all last night.
Great.
Terrific. That's very nice of you. That's great.
So you're keeping kind of the, I love it, I love going there. I'm like the decor, or is it going to be changing a lot? I mean, there's so many, that's
That
what I
might
get
be
a
the
kick out
one
of the
thing we're going to
place.
spruce up a little bit,
Gotcha.
but otherwise, we're, for the time being, we're not going to be changing all that much. We're going to kind
it's a
of
secret.
slow transition.
I just, as I say, I think it's
See
just,
for yourself.
it's a great place, I love it. I'm just amazed. I was going to ask the same question, how long has it been in the family? That's amazing, 35
Started
years.
as Dutchland Farms from 35 to 37, then Howard Johnson bought out Dutchland Farms.
Right.
From 1937 to 68, it was a Hojo's.
Really?
Yeah.
And then it became PJ's.
I just
Because
bagged-
Wow.
it used to be the main drag for the Cape.
Right.
It was called Route 3. Then when they made it 3A, A means alternate. So my father realized that it's not going to get the traffic Hojo's needs. So he went to big wigs and Hojo's and asked them, can you let me just close down for X amount of months so I can just, change the concept? And they let him do it.
Worked out pretty
Excellent.
good.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
For those of us that remember Howard Johnson's, and I have to admit that I do, so.
I used to work there.
Yeah, you probably did.
There's only one left.
Yeah.
They shut down the second one in Maine, I guess, last fall. I think the only one that's left is in New York, I think.
And how do you have that knowledge?
It's in the Boston Globe.
Oh, okay.
So I was reading. I always remember the Hojo's growing up, and I always, my mom always loved going to get the fried clam roll. So, anyway. Well, congrats.
It looks like everything's in order here.
First place I had my milkshake, strawberry milkshake ever, was a Hojo's. Yep. Sorry, bringing back
We're
memories.
learning a lot about everyone.
I know.
Marty grew up in Charlestown.
I won't share my Howard Johnson story.
All right, so we need a motion here? Do you want to move the Board of Selectmen approve a common vicular license for Kansha Restaurant Group, Inc., doing business as PJ's Country House, pending successful closing for sale of business and Board of Health approval?
Second?
All in favor? I'm just making sure you're reading the right one.
Right, I think it
Because
might
that's
be.
not the one I'm
that-
reading.
it's not- We're reading different ones here.
okay, it doesn't matter what
We'll get
So
to
that
it.
was common vic.
That's the common vic.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so that's the common vic we already did?
We have a
All right.
second.
Do we have a second on the common vic?
Second.
Second by Mr. Vignani. Lorraine?
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye? I guess I jumped ahead to the entertainment. How about if I do that, since I got it in front of me?
Sure.
Does that make sense? Move the Board of Selectmen approve the indoor entertainment permit for Kansha Restaurant Group, doing business, or Inc., doing business as PJ's Country House, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. until 1 a.m., Saturday, Sunday, 10 a.m. till 1 a.m., for DJ, 3 to 5-piece band, acoustic music and amplified music, pending successful closing for sale of business.
Do I have a second?
Discussion.
Oh, discussion, go ahead.
Yeah, what's the, what are the hours that they have now, Maureen? Is it the same?
Yes.
Great.
And not that
It's in line with all the other businesses in town.
Yep.
It's 8 to 5. 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 8 to 5.
Theirs is just more limited. It says like five-piece jazz band, and we wanted to just open that, you know, gateway up a little bit so we could, if we wanted to have, you know, acoustic musician, or if we had a private event where someone wanted a DJ, that we didn't have to come back here, so. Go ahead, Sean.
And it'll, in the back bar where you've always had it, would it,
They're
would
not
you
gonna
say?
give you the Krabby Patty recipe. They're gonna figure out what's going on, and then we're
Fit
gonna.
The Krabby Patty.
The music will be set up in the same place as it is now?
Are we, like, have
No,
we
no,
have
it's- no,
geographic
it's just,
restrictions?
I was just
or-
kind of, no, it doesn't matter to me at all, I was just curious to see, you know.
I think it depends. I mean,
Yeah.
We're going to use that room on the right, you know, it could be in there.
Okay.
It could be really anywhere.
Right.
It's a
So it's all
secret.
inside anyway, so if they're too loud, the people will just, it'll blow them right out the windows. So- No, I mean, it just, you don't hear it outside, but.
There's nobody,
Right.
there's no neighbors, right? There's
It's
only that
only
house.
indoor.
That's right.
It's indoor.
Tony's close to that, that's why he's asking the question.
I think it's just the
There's a
house.
house on the property.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Second?
Any more discussion needed? Nope. Do you have a second?
Second, you don't.
Mr. Harris? It is easier. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
When are you gonna open? When is the transaction supposed to happen?
Once we get the liquor license approved, so
Next couple weeks?
probably within 30, 45 days,
Awesome.
would imagine.
Well, thank you for your service.
Actually, I got to do another motion. I'll move the Board of Selectmen
No, we still
approve.
have something else to do.
We have the liquor license.
We have
I
the liquor
approve the
license.
transfer
One more.
of the on-premises restaurant all alcoholic beverages annual liquor license from PJ's Country House to Kansha Restaurant Group, Inc., doing business PJ's Country House, pending successful closing for sale of business and ABCC approval. The 6,318 square foot space is located at 227 Chief Justice Cushing Highway, Scituate Highway, Greenbush, Mass., and consists of 4,930 square feet on the first floor with 5 rooms and 2 bathrooms, 833 square feet on the second floor with 3 rooms and 1 bathroom, and a 555 square foot basement with 2 rooms and parking areas in the front and on the side of the building.
Second.
Second by Mr. O'Toole. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so we're done, right? We did liquor,
Did everything.
common vic, and entertainment.
Now you can close.
Looks like you're all set.
There you go.
Bittersweet for you. I know. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
guys.
They'll be around.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. All right, moving on to the next item. We have a discussion for planning board alternate position vacancy. I don't know if anybody's coming up for this, but the planning board has received notification that Mr. Nguyen will not be fulfilling his alternate position, and he has resigned. So we have a request here to place the planning board alternate position on the ballot this September at the special election.
Move the Board of Selectmen approve the alternate planning board vacant position to be added to the September 16th, 2017 special election ballot.
Second.
Any discussion? There being none, seconded by Mr. O'Toole. All in favor? Aye. Great, thank you. Next up is the discussion and vote for the Scituate Harbor pedestrian wayfinding signs. Laura and Ann Burbine, you wanted to come up and review your latest status?
Latest, hopefully our last.
Well, thank you. We have all the pictures of, if everybody can see them, there's pictures and locations of where the signs are going. I don't know if you want to just give us a 30,000-foot overview?
Overview? All right, do you have?
We do.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, we're putting up a sign opposite Maria's Sub Shop, for parking. I know that there was a bit of contention on page 2 at the town pier in the landscape island, but that's not where it's going to go in the island, but if you look at that picture, you will see just before the walkway that they have, that's where it will be, right behind that yellow, white flower. And it won't be very tall, it's just wayfinding. One way is to go to the lighthouse, the other way is to go wherever.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And how tall will it be, Ann? Do you have an estimate?
Laura?
Just looking at Tony's picture.
Let's see, about, like, I would say probably about 3 feet.
Right.
Okay.
Not that tall, because we don't want to block anything. And the big concern was, well, there's a trash barrel behind it. Well, we'll move the trash barrel if we have to. So that's pretty much what we're doing there. Then there's another for parking at Otis and Front Street.
That actually is going to have the directions underneath.
The one on?
It'll be like this, only it'll have like the P for parking on the top.
Okay. So it will look like this with P for parking. All right, but they're going to lose the skateboard.
The skateboard one?
Yeah, that's going to go away.
Okay.
Otherwise, things get to be too confusing.
Yes, we tend to oversign ourselves.
Too many signs.
Yes.
Way too many signs. And then finally, at the Harbor Master's office, we're going to set up sort of a triangular type of sign, so that in one direction to go here and to go there.
Okay.
And that will probably be not more than 2 to 3 feet high.
Okay.
Which hopefully won't interfere with anybody.
So the purpose is wayfinding, so to provide tourists and folks that come to visit.
Yes.
To walk along the harbor and find our wonderful attributes and get over to the lighthouse expediently.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? Yes. Does anybody have any questions for Ann or Laura with regards to these signs and the placement?
That's pretty straightforward, I think.
Nope.
No?
No.
Well, thank you for all your work on this. I know it's been a lot of work, and we appreciate it. So do I have a motion?
Move to approve the locations of 4 pedestrian wayfaring finding signs as shown on the handout, proposed wayfinding signs, Scituate Harbor, dated May 31st, 2017.
Second.
Second by Mr. Vignani. All in favor?
Aye.
All righty.
All right,
You're all set?
Yes, we're all set. The only thing I would like to do, just as a thank you to all of the people that came to our visioning session on Greenbush. It was fascinating, it was eye-opening, and we had, I'd say 99% of the comments were positive.
Okay.
How many people did you have?
We had anywhere between 50 and 100. We sort of lost track. And it went along all morning. They were still there after 1 o'clock. People came, people went, and it was very, very well attended. And we're hoping in September to have visioning for North Scituate, because we have to straighten out North Scituate.
Did you videotape Greenbush at all?
Unfortunately,
no.
No, but we will have a report.
Okay, that would be great. I was on my way, but I had to go pick up a consultant for affordable housing that got into a car accident, so that was no fun. So I'm sorry I missed it.
Well, it was well attended.
Well, I talked to Chick Fagan, and we were talking about maybe trying to ask the EDC to do a presentation to some of the property owners, specifically business owners. And Chick had mentioned maybe, Untold Brewing might be the location for it because it's given its size. So I was going to suggest maybe in some point, if it works, and to do it again.
We will.
Because I know that he'd mentioned it, I mentioned it, and Sean, I don't know about you, but I'm like, businesses, I think, would be interested in seeing what
that's one of the things we
plan
have
is
to
all
do.
about. Yeah.
The visioning that we had that Saturday morning actually brought in a lot of residents,
Yeah.
as opposed to the business owners. And we need to bring in the business owners.
Right.
They need to have some input, because it's the tenants really have no control
Right.
over the buildings themselves. It's the owners.
So keep that in mind, because I'd
Yes.
love to, I know that we're serious about trying to do that, to try to encourage people to take a look at it, because it's a great vision, so.
Thank you.
No, Ian, I would have been there, but I was tied up that day.
What are you doing?
That's a
No,
YOB.
I did have a couple of friends, the Hoffmans came, and they were very interested in seeing what you had to say.
But we will have a report, which will be distributed.
Great.
And we'll probably, I hope.
A report and a repeat.
And a repeat.
Good.
As you have pointed out, and we will do the same thing up in North Scituate.
Good.
Great.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your
Thanks
time.
for everything. Have a great night.
Hold on, when's our next meeting? Is it in
It's
June?
June 20th.
20th? All right. I don't know if we're going to see you. You're officially, is it?
June 30th.
June 30th, so.
One more meeting with us, right?
Well, I'm assuming you,
No, we'll
if
get you
you're
on the
not.
agenda. Don't worry. We'll find something.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Exactly. All right, thanks. Moving on, we are to the DPW contracts. I know Kevin's not here. Sean? Who are you?
Sean.
Hey there.
Before you tonight are two contracts, one for the transfer station with Capital Paper Recycling. They handle our cardboard, plastics, glass at the transfer station. We started using them, in the spring of last year after our previous vendor went under. So I didn't have a full year contract with them, but had nothing but good things to say about them from the guys at the transfer station in terms of making pickups, deliveries, drop-offs, containers. Everything's been well, and a lot of local towns use them as well. I know Hingham's using them right now, and Kingston is about to switch to them as well, so.
So I saw they're a little bit more expensive than our previous supplier, but these
They-
folks are on the OSD contract, Sean?
They are, yep.
Okay.
And I started to look at some of our rebates, which we hadn't had in a while, and cardboard's starting to come back now. Steel is still down, so we're not getting what we used to in a recycled steel trading. But the plastics are still zero. We're not getting a rebate for any of that or the glass. But right now, we are starting to see money come back in for the cardboard.
Oh, really?
Where's the steel go, Sean? Who's taking the steel, the metals?
Spiegel right now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's ever-changing, unfortunately, environment. Products going up and down.
Does anybody have any other questions for Sean with regards to the recycling contract?
Motion?
Motion, please?
Move the Board of Selectmen award the contract to provide pickup and processing of recyclable materials at the Scituate Transfer Station to Capital Paper Recycling of Weymouth, Mass. for an amount not to exceed $65,000.
Second.
Second by Mr. O'Toole. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Great,
Right, thank you, Sean. Next
And the
one?
second one is for the water treatment facility. This past April, as a capital improvement project, to replace the carbon that is in the filter at the water treatment plant. It's one of the final steps in the process of filtering the water, and it's used for surface water treatment. Over the years, the carbon tends to lose its absorption value, which removes a lot of the organics that are in the surface water from the pond where the water is drawn from. Over the years, it's been replaced in pieces, but hasn't been fully replaced in a while. And the request this evening for the $115,000 contract will replace the whole filter.
Okay.
I don't think we'll do it right away until we get through the high demand season. This may be something that we've already discussed with this vendor, holding off until our supplies are sufficient for the summer, and this may become a August or September, depending upon the town's needs for water supply, when we could take this off a line for a week.
Okay, gotcha.
They'll remove all the old carbon.
Is that the pool?
Yes.
Is that the bottom?
The last pool that you see in the farthest building, correct? It's like a giant fish tank filter.
When was the last time we replaced it, just out of curiosity?
Completely, I don't know that. What they do is they take a core sample of it and have it tested to actually see how it's functioning, what its value is, and it's dropping, and it's time to be completely replaced across the board. Yeah.
And what's the life expectancy of this filter?
5 to 7.
Okay.
They watch it by performing those tests with it. They can reuse this. They can take this material out and refire it, and it will bring it back to life and bring it back. I don't have a cost estimate on that, but we're going to look into that because this is going to be a reoccurring maintenance factor for the water treatment plant that should be maintained.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
I remember Jimmy DeBarrel was talking about doing it in steps.
In pieces,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, they're in filter beds, so you can remove portions without removing it all. They're in bays, if I could explain it that way, yeah.
This is at the roundabout.
That's right.
Yes.
Water department.
Closest to 3A.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Just two bids,
Yeah,
right?
two bids.
Yeah, just the two.
Yeah, that was an open, we had a lot of people reach out for the specs. I bet I emailed 15 to 20 specs out. I was surprised to just see 2 bids come in with that type of response.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
A
Any other
motion?
questions for Sean? Nope, a motion?
I'll move that the Board of Selectmen award the contract to finish and exchange the granular activated carbon at the Scituate Water Treatment Facility to Carbon Activated Corporation for the amount of $115,750.
Second by Mr. Vignani. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Hey, Sean, before you take off, could you just tell the public, and people see the sign, and I can't believe it, Kent Street's gonna get repaved. Can you just give us a quick,
If you noticed the sign today, it was different than it was yesterday.
It went from Wednesday to Thursday.
Oh, that's all right.
It
Because of the
did,
rain.
yeah. We
No,
just-
but if a week doesn't go by when we don't get contacted, and I'm surprised, residents hearing the vehicles going down, pounding those things,
Those cross trenches.
right,
Yeah, had unusual sediment for whatever reason, whether the tides and the marsh get under the roadway there and pull the fines down. I can't explain why that happened, but yeah, we'll be going from St. Mary's up to almost the Driftway, or actually about the Driftway or the wastewater treatment plant.
Really?
Yeah.
okay.
So it will take a few days to
Right.
mill it.
Right.
So there'll be raised castings, raised catch basins. We'll try to put that up on the message board so people are aware, slow their speeds down.
Let me just ask you, so you're gonna grind the road, how long are
Yes.
you gonna leave the catch basins raised before they come back and, like Route 3, you go up Route 3 and it's pretty depressing.
Been like that for a month
I
on
don't know
Route
why,
3.
I don't know why things
Yeah.
don't happen a little bit quicker. So after the milling's done, things might be raised, all the catch basins and everything, then paving immediately, or do we have to wait for them to do other towns?
I'm unsure of that schedule. Mike's been working with TL Edwards, who will be doing the work. Hopefully, they mill it and they come in with a leveling course, which will bring up the pavement a bit. Some of the castings may need to be reset, adjusted if they've settled, need some brickwork or some
Right.
concrete work. The gas company will come through and raise their gates. Water department will do theirs, sewer if necessary. So there could be a lead time. What we could try to do is put out a web posting.
Okay, so.
Because it will be sporadic, at least based on how other roads in town have gone, where they do come in and mill it, and then they're right back paving, but it's not finished pavement. And you're right, they have other obligations in other towns, and they're gone for a month.
All right, so we're not gonna, the water, everything under Kent Street is up to date, so we're not gonna have to dig it up in 3 years from now. And then if somebody, a resident or anybody wants to put a shovel in that ground, it's $5,000, and I might ask the board to up it to $10,000 to really make people think twice about digging up a road.
Yeah, it's
You mean like
5,000
Columbia
for
Gas or
5.
any of the
Anybody,
utility companies?
or a private resident even. We go too long without, we finally get a road done, and it gets dug up,
Right.
Yeah.
So I really.
And that lasts for 5 years.
Right,
moratorium.
right.
Yeah.
And I really look forward to, having that done, especially with Edwards, Terry Edwards.
Yeah,
So,
agreed, yeah. It's like the gateway to
When's he starting?
downtown, too. Yeah.
when does, I don't even know when it's gonna
It's
start.
moved to Thursday, as
Okay.
of this afternoon.
Because of the rain,
Could be, because now his schedule's getting screwed up
right?
in Kingston, wherever he may be today.
Can you, on the 20th, just let Kevin know, and I can follow through? Can we get a full listing of all the roads that we're doing this summer, just so we can let the public know? Because I know that's just the one major road, one of many, that you have on the plan for the summer,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, he has
If we
some
can review that
plans.
publicly, that would be great.
Yeah, to do some portions of Hatherley, too, as well as the sidewalk there, if that's still gonna move forward with, well, I think, trying to get a couple of prices together for that to see actually how much it is gonna cost to do that sidewalk and roadway, the first section of Hatherley from Jericho to Turner.
Okay.
And then you've got the finished paving for the water, a lot of the streets with the water lines, right?
Correct, yep. Although there's a new phase that started this year that will go temporary for the year. So last year's contractor will finish pave this fall.
Right.
And this year's water contractor will have till next year to do.
Can you take a quick ride up Common Street, if you would, please? Just,
Absolutely.
it's settling pretty bad,
They were just out there doing services
Well,
this week.
all right,
They
but
were
it's
supposed to
the
top off
trenches.
the main trench
Yeah,
when they did the
it's starting to
service
settle
trench.
pretty good, and then there's a, either sewer, it must be a sewer cover, when cars hit it, I'm surprised the neighbors haven't called up, it makes a real, it's not seated correctly. and
Yep,
it-
rattling.
Yeah, right.
Yep, you're right. As I ran over it, and I remember hearing it, so
Either,
Thank you.
A vehicle.
it was.
Thanks, Sean.
Yes,
Can I ask a DPW question?
sure, through
Safety
us.
question, actually. The sign that you guys put up next to the Coast Guard station for the one-way traffic is fallen over and broken into a million pieces, so it can't be stood back up again. And
Right in front of the Coast Guard station there?
Yeah, and I
Okay.
saw someone try to go the wrong way on the street today while I was down to get my haircut.
Yeah.
And they almost had an accident. So if there's any way we can get that back up again, because it's not there anymore.
Sure,
it'd be
yep.
Great.
Yep.
Thank you.
Is it a do not enter?
It was just.
The barricade?
Yeah, yeah. And it's there, it's on the side of the road, it's just all broken up. Okay.
Yeah, sure thing.
Thank you for raising that. Yes? Name and address, please.
House,
Hi,
12
Dick.
Meeting House Lane.
I'm sorry.
My question is, what's the alternative, the detour route to, when you're avoiding Kent, from where to where?
Well, probably,
Parish to Stockbridge.
yeah. It'll probably depend
Yeah,
upon
we
how
should
far
get-
along they are in
Go
each section.
Way out Stockbridge, and then cut back down to Driftway?
Yes, St. Mary's intersection, I believe, will be open.
Oh, it will.
I believe so. Yeah. And then,
We'll make sure they
that has to
post it
be
on the website. It has to be open. The intersection,
gonna
they've
get
got to
out
go
to-
through, so,
Right, or we do Brook at...
right, yeah.
Yeah, there's some alternatives, but
They
yeah,
can all
hopefully
go up
it's
to
right at-
Stockbridge, though, I mean.
But I think he brings up a good point, maybe with our notification online, we can let folks know what that road is, so we're not driving
And if
around
we're-
all the
if we're
back
sending all the
streets.
traffic down Stockbridge, we gotta maybe put some signs up to go slow, because that's a narrow road, it's windy, and there's a bunch of kids up in that area.
Sure, yeah, yeah. And we've heard that before when detours through the neighborhoods were generated, yeah. We get the calls, first about all the traffic, and then second, the speeds, so.
So what's the time from start to finish, do you think? Is it, how many weeks?
I bet it's 4 or 5 days to mill that. It all depends on how many trucks they have to be able to take it, how quickly they can move down the street. That's about 3,000 feet of road.
But
if I'm
for the
guessing.
whole, before it's tarred up at the right level again, how many weeks is that gonna be?
Looking at, let's say, a week to mill, a week to pave, adjust castings, that might take a couple of days, and then a week to top. So a month for the whole project, start to finish, barring any delays in the middle, where the different crews come in to make different adjustments to the castings, and then
Hopefully we get done
they
before
take that
July.
opportunity to go somewhere else and then come back, so,
Let's try to get done before July
yeah.
2nd. If we can.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Sean. Any other
Thank you very
questions for
much.
Sean?
Before July 2nd.
It's not going to happen.
Not gonna happen.
I know. It's a goal. Thanks.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sean.
Have a great night. Alrighty, next is a discussion vote, pledge of license for the Untold Brewing LLC.
Hello.
Hi, how are you this evening?
Good.
If
Matt
you could
Elder
just-
from Untold Brewing.
Hi, Pat.
Matt.
Oh, Matt,
It's good to
I
see you again.
apologize.
That's all right. As part of the process I go through with my lenders, one being a bank, I have to pledge my license in case of default. I have no intention of ever defaulting, but it's a requirement of the bank, so
Okay.
it's part of the liquor license application and the whole process, so hoping to get your approval for that.
Sure, and just for the record, the board's already approved the license, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So do I have a motion?
Yes.
Guys see
I'll
it?
move the Board of Selectmen approve the pledge of license for Untold Brewing LLC.
Second.
Second by Mr. Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
We're all set.
Appreciate that.
Good luck. And then lastly, on the regular agenda, we have a discussion about the proclamation for Race Amity Day on June 11th. So as folks know, may not know, the governor has declared June 11th as Race Amity Day in the state. And we thought it would be a nice gesture if we declare it as such here in Scituate as well. which is, we are going to have our new clerk read a proclamation out loud.
Oh, I'll be happy
Clerk?
to. Madam Chairman, a proclamation, whereas the town of Scituate supports the Great Seal of the United States of America, which bears the inscription E pluribus unum, which translates from Latin as out of many, one. And whereas H 2745, Chapter 163 of the Acts of 2015 on the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, establishes the second Sunday in June annually as Race Amity Day, and whereas the greatest asset of the town of Scituate is its people, and whereas the town of Scituate is comprised of multicultural, multi-ethnic, and multiracial citizens, and whereas the friendship, collegiality, civility, respect and kindness are commonly shared ideals of the collective citizenry of the town of Scituate, and whereas the Towards E Pluribus Unum initiative has invited communities across the United States of America to join in introspection and reflection on the beauty and richness of the diverse peoples of this great nation while reaching out with a spirit of amity towards one another annually on the second Sunday in June. And whereas H 2745, Chapter 163 of Acts of 2015 of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts establishes the second Sunday in June annually as Race Amity Day. Now therefore the Scituate, Massachusetts Board of Selectmen do hereby proclaim June 11th, 2017 to be Race Amity Day.
Terrific. Thank you.
Second.
We need a second for that? We don't,
No,
we
it's
don't
not
need a
a vote.
motion, right?
I'll vote.
I wanted to read it again.
I actually thought I'd
You had
give it
trouble with
to,
that Latin, John.
give
I
it
was
to
kinda
good old
surprised.
Mr. O'Toole, considering it's his last night here, to give a proclamation.
Well, he supported the election of you as clerk, so you got the honors. Alrighty, new business. So we have a couple of one-day liquor licenses to review.
Motion?
Please.
Oh, move the Board of Selectmen approve a one-day wine and malt license to Kate's Table for a birthday party to be held at the Scituate Maritime Center located at 119 Edward Foster Road on Saturday, July 15th, from 5:30 until 9:30 p.m.
Second?
Seconded by Mr. O'Toole. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Move the Board of Selectmen vote to approve a one-day wine and malt license to Ellen McKenzie for a memorial service to be held at the Scituate Maritime Center located at 119 Edward Foster Road on Sunday, June 18th, from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m.
Do you have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Harris? Sorry. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And move the Board of Selectmen vote to approve a one-day wine and malt license to Ellen McKenzie for a memorial service to be held at the Scituate Maritime Center located at 119 Edward Foster Road on Sunday, June 11th, from 11 a.m. until 4 p.m.
Second?
Second by Mr. O'Toole. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Great. Alrighty, let's see. And I don't have the second page of my agenda, so do you? Is it the last one? Is this 2 pages or just 1 page, Lorraine? It's 2 pages. Okay.
Do you want a second page?
No, Tony gave me his, that's fine. We have a discussion and vote for the board and committee appointments. First, we're going to go through the sister city for Cork County, Ireland. So everyone should have in their packet a list of all the fabulous folks that came forward before the board on May 16th as well as on May 2nd. So we had quite a few folks. We need to appoint 8 members at large to be appointed in staggered terms of either 1 or 2 years, just so we can keep the frequency of freshness on the committee moving. We do have one suggestion as you look through this. As you can see, according to the charter, there are a couple of committee appointments, whether it's Sisters Suisse, I can never say the city, the French.
Saint-Bray.
Excuse me?
Saint-Bray.
Soucy, yeah, I always say it wrong. Soucy-Ambray Committee, that's a requirement, as well as Economic Development Commission, as well as the School Committee, the Chamber of Commerce, and also the Harbor Business Association. So I don't know if the folks want to, if the board wants to consider Brian Houlihan, who came and expressed to be on the Island Court County Committee, be the representative for the Harbor Business Association. So
Yeah.
that would still leave us eight other appointees.
If he's in that position, is he a voting member still?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So do we still nominate him?
Do we
You'll
still
have
need to
to.
nominate him, Lorraine?
Yeah, so I guess
As the harbor merchant.
correct.
Right.
So I'd like to nominate Brian Houlihan as the Business Harbor Merchants Association member.
Second?
Yes.
All in favor?
Discussion?
Aye.
Or discussion?
And I'm only asking it because the other ones are appointed for 2-year terms, so I think you probably need to add him as a 2-year term.
Yes,
The
he's
business ones, I
2-year.
would think that they should
Yes.
all be
So
for
I
that.
think for 2 years, you just might
Yes.
want to be able to say.
Right,
Correct.
perfect. Okay,
Did
now we
I-
have 8, right?
Did I have a second?
Second?
Second by Mr. Vignani. All in favor?
Aye. I'd like to nominate Brenda O'Connor to the Sister City, Ireland Court County Committee for a term of 2 years or until a successor is named.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'd like to nominate John Sullivan to the Sister City Cork County for a term of, would you just do, what was the last one?
term on Brenda?
Brenda was 2 years.
So why don't we do 1 year now for John Sullivan?
Okay.
So nominate him for 1
Any
year.
discussion? Everybody okay with that?
I'll second that.
Second? Second by Mr. Danahy. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'd like to nominate Kevin Callahan
Second?
for a, how many, what do we have, 4 and 4?
It's going to be 4 1s and 4 2s.
4 ones, all right, I guess start with 1.
Well, we did 1, 2,
You might want to go with 2
Two,
with him,
all right.
that way we,
Okay, keep it even, all right?
Yep.
For 2 years to the Cork County.
Do I have a second?
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 Second by Mr. Danahy. So Mr. Callahan for 2 years, Lorraine. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I'll move to appoint Peter Mahegan to the Sister City, Ireland Court County Committee for a term of 1 year or until a successor is named.
Do I have a second? Mr. Vignani seconds that. All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to nominate Siobhan Hunter to Sister City Cork County for a period of 2 years.
Any discussion?
Second, I'm sorry.
All right, second by Mr. Harris. Sorry. Any discussion? Nope.
Nope.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 So what does that put us? Because we've got, it's so hard to
How many,
pick some
what
of
do we
these
do there?
people.
2 years or 1 year?
There's 3 left.
Okay, excuse me, just for point of order. Did we do 2 years or 1 year on Siobhan?
2.
2. Okay, sorry. I'd like the board to consider Katie Miller.
I'll nominate Katie Miller to the Sister City, Ireland Court County Committee for a term of 1 year or until a successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. O'Toole. Any discussion? There being none, all in favor?
Aye.
So we have 2 left, Lorraine. Is it a 2 and a 1?
You have 2 left.
Is it a 2 and a 1, do you know?
Yep.
It is,
Yes.
okay. I
One of
think,
each,
good,
yep.
so we've been doing it right. That's good.
Yep. So,
I'll nominate Carol Sullivan Hanley to the Sister City, Ireland Court County Committee for a term of 1 year or until a successor is named.
Second?
seconded by Mr. Vignani. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I'd like
So
to
we have one
nominate-
more 2-year, right?
Yep. I'd
Let's
like-
just look 1 second. We've got, I think we should balance it too. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 women. So we should probably, to be fair, make it equitable. Do we have another gentleman that the board,
We don't have any men left?
we don't?
Nope. More females applied, so.
What
He's already.
what
You
about
don't
Bob?
believe me?
He's not on this list.
Oh, he's not on your list?
Who's that?
Bob O'Connell?
Yeah, he was on, he withdrew.
Oh, why do I
True.
printed this out for my notes today. Okay, all right.
That's why I reprinted you a new one today.
This last one's a tough one.
So much for me being prepared. Okay.
It's unfortunate, you want to put everyone on,
Yeah.
they all
I
Do
know.
we need to go-
every
Do
one
we
of
need
them's
to go
good.
back to the reorganization again
Yes, sir.
discussion? Yeah.
No, because you are remaining the clerk.
I'm going to nominate Audrey Donovan to the Sister City, Ireland Court County Committee for a term of 2 years or until a successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. O'Toole. Any further discussion? There being none, all in favor?
Aye. That was the toughest one I've done yet, all of those. Every person on this list was qualified.
And Audrey, I'm sorry.
2 years.
2 years.
Okay, I want to make sure.
Yep.
That was very
We
difficult.
still need to appoint the people on the second page.
Just, yeah.
All right, so do I have a motion to appoint the other committee representatives for a term of 2 years?
Do
Want
we
to make a
need-
motion?
should we have to do them individually?
Move to appoint Pat Chikar
Second,
and
Brendan
term
Murphy.
of 2 years. Want to do them together, or?
You just have to say what committee.
What they
you
represent.
Okay, representing Sister City Soucy-en-Brie.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Appoint Brendan Murphy as the Economic Development.
Second,
Second by Mr. Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
2 years.
I nominate
They're all 2 years.
Rich Hebert as the School Committee Representative for 2 years.
second,
Second by Mr. Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Nominate Christine Walsh to be the Chamber of Commerce Representative for 2 years.
Second.
Second by Mr. O'Toole. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I recommend appointment of Patrice May as the Scituate Harbor
Cultural District.
Cultural District
Mhm.
for a term of 2 years.
These are all
Second.
2 years, yeah.
Second by Mr. Harris. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And we've already done.
And the last one is Brian Houlihan.
We did him first.
We did him already at the beginning. Yep. So I just want to say thank you. We had so many applicants to that fabulous committee. It's new, and it was, everybody was great. So, no judgment here. It was really, everyone was great, and
There
please
isn't anybody
continue
on
to
it
come
that
forward. You never know. There are some folks that are here for 1 year. They may want to, re-up in another year, and if they don't, it's your opportunity to come back in and resubmit, so.
And Patrick Hart is going to be looking for people which is separate from this, for 501c3 Sister City. So she's going to be contacting the people that didn't get appointed to see if they'd like to help her with that.
Good.
Okay,
That's good.
terrific. Okay, so we also have some 2017 annual appointments to go through. These are all folks who are members of different boards that are pretty standard, such as Donald Knapp being the agent of Veterans Benefits. So I don't know if you want to just run through, if somebody wants to run
Sure.
through the motion.
I'll move to appoint Donald Knapp as the agent of Veterans Benefits for a term of 1 year or until a successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. O'Toole, all in favor?
I move to appoint Stephen Salk as the Affirmative Action Officer for a term of 1 year or until a successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. Vignani, all in favor?
Aye. I move to appoint Betty Foster as the Archivist for a term of 1 year or until a successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. Vignani, all in favor?
aye,
I move to appoint Judith Byrne Ariel as the Citizen Representative to the Scholarship Committee for a term of 1 year or until a successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. Vignani, all in favor?
Aye. I move to appoint Pamela Abitabli as the Custodian of Tax Title Property for a term of 1 year or until a successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. O'Toole, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move to appoint Donald Knapp as the Custodian of Veterans' Graves for a term of 1 year or until a successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. Vignani, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move to appoint Patricia Vancasi as the Fair Housing Officer for a term of 1 year or until a successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. Vignani, all in favor?
Aye. I move to appoint Paul Murphy as the Fence Viewer for a term of 1 year or until a successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. Vignani, all in favor?
aye,
I move to appoint Neil Duggan as the Field Driver for a term of 1 year or until a successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. Vignani, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move to appoint Paul Scott, retiree representative, as the Insurance Advisory Committee, I guess it must be to the Insurance Advisory Committee, for a term of 1 year or until a successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. Vignani, all in favor?
Aye.
aye,
I move to appoint Sergeant Gerald O'Brien as the licensing agent for a term of 1 year or until a successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. O'Toole, all in favor?
Aye.
aye,
I move to appoint Pamela Abitabli as the local auction permit agent for a term of 1 year or until the successor is named.
second,
Second by Mr. Harris, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move to appoint Al Banger as the Massachusetts Bay Transit Authority representative for a term of 1 year or until the successor is named.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Harris. All in favor?
Aye. I move to appoint Gary Banks as the Massachusetts Port Authority Advisory Committee representative for a term of 1 year or until the successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. Harris. All in favor?
Aye. I move to appoint Gary Banks as the Logan Airport Community Advisory Committee representative for a term of 1 year or until the successor is named.
Second by Mr. O'Toole. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move to appoint Patricia Vancasi and Al Bangert as alternate member to the Metropolitan Area Planning Council for a term of 1 year or until a successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. Vignani. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I move to appoint Maura Curran, the chairman of the Board of Selectmen, to the Plymouth County Advisory Board for a term of 1 year or until the successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. Vignani. All in favor?
Aye. I move to appoint Sean McCarthy as the South Shore Recycling Cooperative representative for a term of 1 year or until the successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. Vignani. All in favor?
Aye.
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 I move to appoint Patricia Vancasi as the State Ethics Commission representative for a term of 1 year or until the successor is named.
Second by Mr. Vignani. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And I further move to appoint Al Bangert as the Surveyor of Lumber, Measure of Wood and Bark for a term of 1 year or until the successor is named.
Second.
Second by Mr. O'Toole. Any discussion? No? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Busy guy.
Yeah.
Busy measuring
That's going to
bark.
put you over the edge, Al.
Say,
All right, then we also have two more.
Move to appoint Nancy Holt as the town accountant and finance director for a term of 3 years or until a successor is named.
Do I have a second?
second?
Any discussion? Seconded by Mr. Danahy. No discussion.
Just, actually, I got,
Discussion?
Yeah.
Okay.
is this the first time we've done this?
No, every year. Well,
Really?
Every year for a 3-year
For
term?
3 years?
every 3 years, yeah. Well, in the past, in the bylaws, it says a 3-year term. You were doing it every year in there. But the bylaws say 3 years.
So we're covered for 27 years then. We should be good.
So they have a 3-year contract. How does that?
They have their contract also.
Yeah.
Right, but this is sort of a formality, if you will?
Yeah, that's the board appointed.
Does it,
Okay.
does the contract coincide with
It falls under
this?
the bylaws. we're following the bylaws of what this says.
But it should coincide with her contract.
Right.
So we just approved her contract a couple of months ago, right? In
Right.
2016?
Was it? I don't
So this will
recall.
be through 2019, and that's through 2019.
The contract
It is,
should-
the contract is?
I mean, I have to relook at it, I can let you.
All right, we just want to make sure that that's still,
Can this wait till the next meeting?
Is that okay?
okay. We just
And
want to
same
make sure
with,
it's all
it's the same
in
with
sync.
Pam, too.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
All right, we'll wait till the next
So
meeting.
I withdraw my motion.
All right, so we will move that to the next meeting, both the treasurer collector and the town accountant, Lorraine.
I'll check the contract.
Okay. All right, next discussion is drain layers license renewal, Avon Septic and Pumping. Do you have a motion?
Before you make a motion, I don't.
Sure.
Just the license, some insurance requirements are expired, so could this wait 2 weeks?
Yeah, he's got the general liability, that one?
Right,
Yeah.
general liability and workers' comp, as well as,
Right.
performance bond. And
Good catch.
it might be all fine. What kind of jumped out was the name. I don't recognize the name, and, but that's fine. You can come down to Scituate to do, a house, it looks like, and
JIAO Trucking. Do you
Yeah.
recognize that name?
it's not as a pumping truck. I've seen the dump truck, but not as a pumping truck. And they might have a friend or something living in town, so they certainly can do that,
Yeah,
but
just make sure that they're up to
yeah,
speed.
that's all. If the next meeting, it doesn't matter, maybe we could ask Kevin to give us an updated, certificates.
License, yeah.
Right.
I see, because some of these it says 5/18/17.
Right.
Unless you want to do a motion saying it's subject to.
Sure, we
I mean,
can
it's
do
up
that,
to you.
whatever the board thinks. That works too.
Wait for the next one, all right.
Just don't, sometimes do they wait for a job? Does he have to get it for like one job?
No, he'd get a blanket. This would cover him, then he could do anything he wanted in the
No, no, but
town.
would he
He
typically
sh-
have to?
Yeah, like if he went and pumped this house today, it'd be sitting in his truck, he probably wouldn't be able to offload it, correct? Without technically.
actually couldn't go pump it.
Oh, he couldn't even pump it?
I think we should make sure we have the documentation.
All right.
So we can make a motion.
Because the expiration was 5/18/17.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
like on
it
my
might be.
documents, a lot of times, I might give somebody a contract, but they don't do it for 4 months.
Right. And
Why don't we make a motion pending that it's.
Right, that's
All
fine.
right, how about if we, all right. So I'll move to,
Verification of license.
He filled this out
In
2
case
months
he's
ago.
waiting to.
that's the only thing I would, I move to approve a renewal of the drain layers license to Avon Septic and Pumping LLC, AKA JILO Trucking, subject to verification to the Department of Public Works with their insurance, that it's
Updated.
Updated and current.
current.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
Pedicab?
I wonder how the pedicab's doing.
Great.
Really? Good.
This is just a renewal for the pedicab license? Okay. Do I have a motion?
Will the Board of Selectmen approve the 2017 pedicab license renewal for Gava Group, Inc.?
Do I have a second by Ms. Vignani? Any discussion? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I haven't even seen it.
I've never seen it
He's in
either. I've
Humrock,
never-
isn't he?
Yeah, he's in Hummerock, but I've never seen it either.
Well, it's kind
He's
of.
I think I
probably
saw it
summer.
once last summer.
Okay, great. All righty. And then we just need to lastly go over the Board of Selectmen liaison positions. So I'll quickly go through those. I know I'll take on the advisory committee.
Where's that piece of paper?
You want to just look at it together? Sorry, so much paper here. It's right here. I don't know if anybody wants to switch anything, and we'll have to pick up a little bit extra till September.
Yeah, I want to give all mine up more, so.
I'm happy to do the animal control.
I'll do cable TV.
Whoa.
Oh, well, it was Marty's. All right.
You know, I'll do council on aging.
I'll do, I guess I'll do CPC.
You want to do CPC? I don't mind. You want me to do that?
That'd be a good one, John, right now, you know, Council on Aging.
I figured.
John, you doing council on aging?
I do council on aging.
Mara, you'll do street acceptance?
Sure.
That's you.
Yep, I got that. I was hoping that would happen, but didn't.
You have to do that.
This one?
Then you have the VAC, but I don't know what's happening.
What
right now.
night does that meet on, Marty?
It's usually VACs, unfortunately, it's been on the same nights as our selectmen's meeting.
Oh, so maybe, because I've got,
I'll do it.
well, the only reason, because I have, usually the coastal is opposite, it's usually the Tuesday opposite, so. Are those the only ones we're changing, gentlemen?
So who's doing advisory? I'm sorry.
Yep, so advisory will be me. Animal Control Board, who said that?
Me.
No, I just need Plymouth County Advisory Board.
Oh, well, we just voted me as that, right?
That's Maura,
Isn't
yeah.
that what I was
That's
just
Maura.
voted in?
It's the chair.
Yeah,
That's always the chair, yeah.
we tried to get the clerk to do it.
It's a fun
It didn't
meeting.
work. Everything else has remained the same, right? Cable television is Sean Harris. Community preservation is Tony. Council on Aging is John. Plymouth County is me. Street acceptance is me. And Veterans Advisory is Tony.
Easy enough, right?
Is that good?
No, that's good.
Okay. Alrighty. I need to think back. Where is it? All right. And that's it. And then just other business. I don't think we have any correspondence this evening, correct?
No correspondence.
We're going to load that up, all the future meetings.
We'll have a lot the next meeting. But we have a number of minutes that we need to vote, and I just need to abstain from the last one because I was not
I'll move to
present.
accept the meeting minutes for the Board of Selectmen meetings held on April 18th, 2017, April 26th, 2017, May 11th, 2017, and May 16th, 2017.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. But I abstain for the meeting that I was not present in, which I believe was May 16th. Okay, Lorraine?
Yeah.
Yep, it was May 16th, I was not present. Okay. Anybody have any comments? Mr. Dennehy?
I do, actually. Al, I'm not sure, this is maybe more so for Tricia when she comes back, but somebody approached me and they're willing to put up a 100-foot flagpole at the football field or at the track. And, of course, I'm not sure, I think the track and the football field is town, not school. I'm not trying to figure that out. So I told him I'd try to figure that out because he's going to donate it. And if it's town side, I was wondering then who do we need to talk to and get that? Maybe he needs to come to the board if that's the case, but.
That's a good question. I mean, the school pays for the lights, maintenance of the lights, operation of the lights.
I think we're in charge of all the field.
I think we're in charge of the field, and if that's the case.
Property, yeah.
Because I'm
Probably
like,
rec.
I was thinking
Say
maybe we can
recreation.
get that and keep both flagpole, the old one, and then add the next one, because then you could have, two. So I want to raise that. The second thing is, I was going to ask that maybe we could put on the agenda for the next meeting, as I said to some of you, Cycle's looking to try to lease or rent some of the space out of the fire station and utilize it, and I think the football is also looking to try to use it. And one of the issues that had come up was when they tore down some of the buildings in preparation for building the public performing arts center, they tore down a shed that was actually dedicated to Sean Patterson. So I thought maybe we'd bring it up, and I told him I would, and so we can talk about it.
I thought they, all right.
Yeah,
That's
I know
it?
they were
Thanks for that.
using some trailers out there that's, I mean, we probably don't want that. I'd rather have it in a building.
I agree. It looks terrible. It looks.
Not only that, but it's the humidity and stuff. It has to be environmentally controlled. We can just throw the stuff away after a couple of years.
So who do we talk to about that?
The Psycho, or you mean?
No,
oh,
who internally?
That's us, I think. It's Tricia, because it's us. Let's go to this way.
Yeah, if you can
All
just
right,
what the
we'll see if we can
use
get it
of
on
And
June
how
20th.
much room would they need? Would they
That's
need
the other
whole
thing I need to
building?
find out.
The
No,
shed wasn't that big.
no, I think they're looking for like a portion of the bay. I think the same with the football. Might be one of the
I
bays.
thought all that was factored into the renovation, so they didn't give them space?
Trailers that used to be out here,
Yeah.
the rec put up, right?
Because that
No.
shed got torn down on the,
Behind the playground, wasn't it?
yeah.
No, that
No.
was a 40-foot container. That was a shipping
I'm
container.
saying the
that
shred, the
moved.
brick shed that was on the
That
side of the parking lot.
Used to
where
be
they
the
keep-
boiler room behind the
Yeah.
high school.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
All right, well, we'll take that up.
Good. That's
Anything
it.
else,
Madam Chairman, no.
Tony?
Couple things. Got some high school sports going on. Lacrosse is in the playoffs, playing Hingham tonight. Probably over. Hopefully they win on. Tennis team is doing great as well. Baseball just missed making the playoffs. And, what's what I'm missing?
Lacrosse.
Lacrosse. No, lacrosse, boys and girls. Girls just lost last night.
Track.
Oh, they did?
But they all had a great season. They all made the playoffs. They all won a couple games in the playoffs, so get out and support the teams. The other thing I want to mention is I'm involved in the Special Olympics, and Betsy Callahan has been running this program for the last, I'm going to make up a number, but it's been something like 15 or 20 years, and she's stepping down and going to take a secondary role now, and there's other people taking on. But this woman has dedicated so much time and energy holding track events for adults and children, both in Scituate and outside of Scituate, for years. We just had a track meet on Saturday, that we go to another one down in Barnstable, and the dedication that this woman's put towards this cause is unbelievable. And I just want to publicly thank her for that. She won the Rex Person of the Year a few years ago, and it's, I know she's still going to be involved, but she's going to be missed for everything that she's done, and she's really taken that program to another level. So Betsy, if you're watching, thank you for all the work you've put into that program.
Great, thank you. Mr. Harris?
I was talking to the harbor master tonight, and he just wanted me to let everyone know that the assistant harbor master has reached out to about 60 people and given away 30 new moorings to
Great.
people on the waiting list.
That's
So,
awesome.
pretty exciting, so things are moving along. So just wanted me to pass that on.
We appreciate that. See what a little updating can do. I'll say something, then you can go last. You can have the last word, Marty. How about that? Does that sound good?
Sure.
I just, a couple things, on June 20th to Lorraine, we want to bring in the Coastal Advisory Commission. They're supposed to do an update. Part of their mission is to report to us, and they've been working really hard with Nancy and Kevin with educating the Hummerock neighborhoods and other coastal neighborhoods, coastal coalitions, so they need to come and report to the board. So they'll probably be here on the 20th as well. We can fit them. And then congratulations to all the high school graduates.
Oh, yes.
Tony and I sat through that nice ceremony. It was wonderful. They really move it along. 240 of them, largest class, I think, to go through the system in a long time. They did a great job. They have bright futures ahead of them, so congratulations to all the graduates, lots of college grads out there too. So it's a great time to celebrate. And Mr. O'Toole, any
Thank
parting
you.
words for you?
Yeah, I just want to say it's been an honor and a privilege to serve the people of Scituate. I've had the benefit of being able to work very closely with a lot of the different departments throughout town, and to get an idea of what they do and a lot of the pressures and things that pressures that they are under. So I do leave with mixed emotions, some days I'll miss it and other days I won't. But and I appreciate working with the board. So thank you.
Well, good luck to you.
Thank you.
And thank you for everything. All right, with that, do I have a motion? Anything else?
Motion, I was going to say to Mr. O'Toole, final
Want to make
motion?
a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Do you have a
Second.
Signed documents.
And we'll sign documents, second by Mr. Danahy. All in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everyone.
Right.
Thanks for your patience tonight.